2025 has certainly been exciting if you're a Marvel or DC fan.
Who's saying that? Everybody.
All of their movies from this year are out now, and we've gotten to see some new superheroes as well as some old ones return. So how do these 2025 movie superheroes compare to each other? In this video, I'm doing a tier list for all of the live-action 2025 movie superheroes. I mean, hey, I would count TV shows too, but I don't want the video to be too long. It definitely has nothing to do with me falling very behind on the TV shows. Keep in mind though, this is just my opinion. Share yours in the comment section down below and let's hop right into this. Starting off with our characters from Captain America Brave New World, we have Sam Wilson himself. And I'm just going to put him in the B tier because I do think he is pretty good in the movie, but we definitely have some heavy hitters coming right up. I think he works well as this new Captain America where he doesn't want to take the serum, but he does have the pretty overpowered Wakandan wings, so overall it cancels out, I would say. And the movie does a good job of showing he understands he's taking on the mantle of Captain America. It's hard to replace Steve Rogers, but he just wants to do the best he can. Next up, we have the Falcon, the new Falcon, Sam Wilson's sidekick, and I'm probably going to put him in the D tier. I think the performance here is good. As a character, he's not terrible, but it's just we've had a lot of sidekicks in the MCU where they're super excited and all that kind of stuff, and then they make dumb impulse decisions and get hurt. It's just something like we've seen a lot before, and so it's not anything new. And beyond that, he doesn't have a ton of character development aside from just a few scenes where I guess he learns to be more careful. Isaiah Bradley, though, I almost wasn't sure if I should include him because he spent the entire movie pretty much in jail. But I mean, he does have superpowers, and he is a good guy at the end of the day, so I'll put him in the B tier as well. Actually, a pretty interesting character overall. Because of his past and his trauma, it makes him very compelling. Then we have this one lady from Brave New World, and I'll put her in the D tier, actually. It's not like she's a terrible character or anything, but just at the end of the day, she is a former Black Widow. She has training and that kind of stuff to be very skilled at fighting, but she's also put in situations where she's going up against like 300-pound buff dudes, and I'm sorry, but she's not taking them down realistically. And they also like heavily altered her from her comic book counterpart. Yelena from Thunderbolts, though, I'm going to put in the A tier. She was kind of put front and center in this movie that has a theme about mental health, so her character arc and her depression and that kind of stuff is also kind of put front and center. And overall, she's just a character where each appearance in the MCU I find her to be more compelling. Taskmaster, though, yeah, it had to be done. I mean, no one really liked this version of the character. I do think she was used very well in the film where they killed her off immediately because they knew no one liked this version of the character. I'll give them credit for the suit, though. The suit they made for her was pretty good. U.S. Agent John Walker, though, he's going in the S tier.
We're taking you in, Val.
I don't think so. Junior varsity, Captain America.
I find it so funny that people are apologizing for hating on him before after realizing how good he is in this movie, when I already liked him when he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's kind of just a character that was done dirty by the world, if we're being honest. Like, he got caught in 4K killing this terrorist, but literally Steve Rogers killed a bunch of bad guys, and no one hated on him for it because they were never filming him. And so now we see him not being Captain America anymore in this new movie. It's kind of funny how like arrogant they turned him into in this movie, where he's rude to everyone, but it also shows that he has regrets with his family, and he still is looking for a purpose like everyone else in the movie. As for Red Guardian, he's going in the A tier. A very funny character that also has some nice heartfelt moments too, as he's the father figure to Yelena, and he's really the only one on the team that's actually kind of optimistic and encouraging to others. So I absolutely loved seeing him in this movie. As for Ghost, I'll put her in the C tier. She actually has the most unique powers out of everyone on the team. And so that definitely makes her kind of interesting, but it feels like she has the least amount of character development other than like Taskmaster. They just kind of had to sideline her. As for Bob, aka Sentry, and obviously he's also the Void, but that's a villain, so we're not taking that into account. He's going in the S tier. He's very compelling, and yes, he's 100% a superhero because he has superpowers. He's a good guy, and he's really the hero at the end of the day, as he was the one that beat up the dark version of himself as they met face to face inside of the Void, which is the big void of himself.
Bruh.
As for Bucky Barnes, he'll go in the A tier. He's a great character. We've got to see him in like every single phase of the MCU, and here he's given some new character development as he's in this newer phase of life, kind of leading this group of Thunderbolts. The action scenes with him are just phenomenal. He might have the most aura out of all the characters on this list. As for our new version of Superman, I really do like Superman as a character, but I'm going to have to put him in the B tier. Overall, this gets quite a few things right, and some of the stuff with him being a symbol of hope and light and being kind to others feels a little bit on the nose.
That is being human, and that's my greatest strength.
So I mean, it gets that part of his personality and stuff right, but this version of Superman doesn't really feel stoic. Also, people criticized Henry Cavill's version for killing Zod, even though Christopher Reeve did the same thing. And then we have this version here killing Ultraman. I'm not sure what's up with these double standards, but whatever. Don't get me wrong though, I still really enjoyed this version of Superman. Those were just a few gripes because I don't think he's the best live action Superman we've got. He's good, but people need to stop the excessive amount of glaze. As for Krypto the Superdog, I'm so sorry, I'm putting him in the D tier. Now, as a fan of comics, I like when they pull stuff from comics and movies, but Krypto is the one character where I just always kind of wondered, how did he make it past the Silver Age? That was a very goofy age of comics with a lot of lighthearted stuff, kind of aimed towards kids. So why not give Superman a super dog? That only makes sense. Except now he's in all the modern comics still, like he just never left. And I mean, I can't really complain he's in the movie because he is beloved by fans. But let's just say when movies decide not to have Krypto, I'm definitely not complaining about that. Also, just a small complaint, but they did change the type of dog he is because James Gunn wanted it to be based off of his own dog. And I don't think that's ever a good justification. Like, sometimes you can change stuff a little from the comics if you actually think it's an improvement. But not just because it reminds you of your own dog. Like, that's just making it personal. Guy Gardner, though, the new Green Lantern, will actually go in the A tier. Yes, he's a doofus, but that's the point. He is some top tier comedic relief that I cannot wait to see more of in the DCU. Now obviously he's not given much depth. I assume he will later, but that's not really what I'm looking for when he's a side character in a Superman movie. It's just him being a comedian, and it just does a good job at that. Hot Girl, however, I'm sorry, she has to go in the D tier. Out of the Justice Gang members, she's the one that's just kind of there. She's not super memorable, she's not given much character development. She just makes the fight scenes a little bit better because her powers offer something a little bit unique. Mr. Terrific, though, is going in the S tier. I mean, this man is terrific. It was a lot of fun seeing him beat up people with his gadgets, and just his personality is great. Metamorpho, I will put him in B tier. Overall, a very solid character that has some cool powers that definitely add to the story of the movie. I love the design, and it was cool how they didn't even do motion capture. And he is given a little bit of an arc, as he's able to help Superman out and get his son Joey back. As for Supergirl, I wasn't even sure if I should include her, but why not? She's going in the D tier because it's just a cameo. She doesn't have any character development, but it is a nice little cameo. And yes, Peacemaker made a little cameo too, but is he really a superhero? Moving on to the Fantastic Four movie though, I think Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards is great. I'm putting him in the A tier. I think he very well captures the smart but also socially awkward Reed Richards. But in this one, he's in a later phase of life where obviously they have baby Franklin, and so he has more to worry about. Invisible Woman is also pretty good in the movie. I think I will put her in the B tier. She's also in that later phase of life with baby Franklin and everything going on. And as for her brother, the Human Torch, I'll put him in the A tier. A pretty good version of the character, where yes, it does kind of capture that juvenile personality of him without making him into a total doofus. It shows that he is smart and he is willing to sacrifice himself. Yeah, he's not flirting with women and that kind of stuff, but that's just kind of because of the situations in the movie that he's in. They didn't really have time for that. And as for the Thing, I'll put him in the B tier. And just overall, I really do like this version of the character. I don't think he was sidelined like some people are trying to say. He does definitely add to the plot. There's a nice dynamic with him and the other members. I think it captures that like soft personality he has, even though he's a rock. And he does have his little moments of character development. Maybe not as much compared to some of the other characters, but I still thought it was done pretty well. As for Franklin Richards, I'll put him in the C tier. He himself is like a baby, so I can't rank him too high because of that. Like, it's a baby. But for being a baby, they did a good job of making him have a huge role in the plot. And then as for Herbie, I'll put him in the C tier. He didn't have like a ton of screen time, but he is a nice little cute side character, better than Krypto. Overall though, that's my completed tier list. Again, share how you would rank all these characters in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.